Rick travels to New York to make one of his biggest deals yet.
So I'm here in New York to take a look at one of the most historical documents on the planet, an original Declaration of Independence broadside. And I'm about to take a look at one right now. Definitely a wow moment.
This is an extremely rare July 1776 printing of the Declaration of Independence. Really cool about this one, you can actually see the pinholes here in the corners, which indicates that it was displayed publicly.
They were never, ever meant to be saved.
An offer is made by the seller.
So how much are you looking for this?
It's in exceptional condition at $2 million.
Everything looks right on it, but I just want a document expert to look at it.
So Rick decides to bring in an expert.
Normally would have to take this out of the frame to authenticate it, but I've actually seen this exact copy before. Compare this to all of the known copies. There are the nail holes from back then, which are not very consistent round nails like we have today. They're all handmade and different.
Rick wants a short answer if it's legit.
All right, so I mean, it's 100% legit.
Absolutely.
All right, brass tacks, what is it worth?
I think this could go for $2 million at auction now.
I would love to give you like $1.4 million.
I mean, it's a fair point you make about the fees. I mean, you know, I know how it works. I would sell it to you for $1.5 million.
I'll meet you in the middle. 1.45, I think that's fair. I think we can both be happy with that.
I think we got a deal.
Oh my goodness, I own the Declaration of Independence. Thanks again, Ben.
Yeah, no, it's been a pleasure.
We see Rick in London to buy some Banksy art.
Banksy is the most famous graffiti artist in the world, and he recently had an original piece go for $12 million.
So here's a piece.
Whoa.
That's an original Banksy.
So it's Monkey Detonator.
Yes, made in 2002.
That one his too?
Absolutely. This one is an original screen print.
He came up with his own particular style, so when you see a Banksy, you say that's Banksy. And it's literally the most popular art in the world now.
The collector shows Rick the certificate of authentication.
This one is edition of 175, and it comes with a certificate of authenticity. It comes with a bill that was cut in half with a number, and Banksy Pest Control will keep the other half to make sure it's original.
Do you have the cert for this one?
Yes, the owner conserved the original.
How much?
Well, my client wants £750,000.
The rat?
The owner asked for £15,000.
I knew it was coming here. I arranged for a local expert that was recommended to me.
Rick decides to get an opinion from an expert.
So what do you think about it?
It's an important work by him, and it's obviously an early work by him. I mean, Banksy's rats are his signature, but I think this is one of the special ones for me.
Are they legit?
I need to check the certificates, so I can tell from the certificate and by certain security features that this is a legitimate Banksy.
If I make a deal, you can get them all checked out. We can just broker the entire thing through your shop.
It'd be a pleasure.
All right, the big question. What are they worth?
I would see this piece, the Monkey Detonator, on a good day in auction, 900,000, maybe more.
Pounds.
Pounds.
What does this go for?
Recent auction results, we've seen this print achieve £16,000.
All right.
Very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Rick proceeds with negotiations on the price, wanting to make a deal.
500,000 pounds total. That's $600,000.
For this price, we are a bit far, especially that the market is pretty high right now.
I'll give you 600,000 pounds. That's 720,000 American.
Unfortunately, it's too far still.
Do you think he'll take 650? That's 780,000 American.
I'm gonna try to reach him right now and get back to you. Congratulations, we have a deal at £700,000.
I offered 650.
My client is a very tough businessman, and believe me, the market will continue to grow. You won't regret it.
My family will think I'm nuts, but okay, we got a deal. And hopefully Corey and Chum don't commit me when I get back.
A man walks in with a rare gem in his hands.
Got a family heirloom. Check that out. It's a kunzite.
Sure it's just not a fancy piece of glass?
It's been in my family for generations and generations. That's all I know. I'm gonna get 15 grand out of Rick. I mean, it's gotta happen.
All right, do you know anything about it?
Yeah, I guess it's an evening stone or something.
Yeah, the reason they call it an evening stone is because kunzite can actually fade in sunlight. Jewelry you're supposed to wear in the evening. I'm gonna have Jeff, my gemologist, check it out.
After a short conversation, Rick decides to meet an expert.
Davey says this is kunzite.
Let's do some tests. I was pretty excited because I don't always see kunzite. All stones have clarity characteristics which can help identify them. If it's glass, most likely there's going to be air bubbles. And so what I can see in here are inclusions that tell me that this is natural.
The expert takes a close look and shares details related to the gem.
But I won't know if it's a natural kunzite until I do other tests. This is a refractive index machine, and it measures the way light goes through the stone. And as I can see through here, it has the right refractive index to be kunzite. So yes, this is
A real kunzite. How much money?
Let's see how much it's worth.
something of this nature with this size. I'd probably estimate $30 to $50 a carat.
Okay, how many carats does it weigh?
323.8 carats.
So we're talking at $30 a carat, right at 9,600 bucks, right in that neighborhood?
Yeah, ballpark.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
Rick tries to negotiate and get something out of it.
I feel it's worth 15 grand.
I'll give you 5 grand. It's gonna sit for a long time.
15 grand, 5 grand, 10 grand. I'll go 10 G's.
No.
Please? Where are we gonna end? Meet in the middle? 7,500?
I'll give you 6 grand.
7,500?
6 grand.
65? Come on, Rick. Be a little bit more reasonable.
All right, 65.
All right.
This customer brings in something very old.
I think it's a little bit older than dirt. It's between 40 and 50 million years old. What I have is a piece of Baltic amber with a tarantula in it.
GIA. They are the world's foremost authority in gem grading and gem identification. If you want, you can pay for us to send it.
Well, that sounds good. I'll do that.
What's up, man?
It's a Baltic amber.
Chum, you help this gentleman?
Oh, yeah, this guy. Jeff probably got the results back. So what do the test results say?
They say it is plastic.
What? Plastic. This sucks.
A guy brings in a tiara belonging to former First Lady Ida McKinley.
Guy brought in a diamond tiara that belonged to First Lady Ida McKinley. He thinks it's worth $75,000. So I called in my buddy Greg. Check this thing out.
The diamonds are fine quality for the period.
The expert checks the quality of the diamond.
The idea that this was convertible and has the fittings,
It's seen in this official White House First Lady photograph. This is one of the events that was going on at the McKinley Museum. It's featured there.
What would it go in your store?
in a retail store like Fred Leighton, we would see this piece sell for $75,000.
Sort of what he's wanting, so we're gonna have to talk a little bit, but thanks, man, I appreciate it.
A customer brings Rick what he claims is a ring given to a cardinal by the Pope.
I have a Cardinals ring I'd like to sell you.
Baseball or football?
Neither. This kind.
Oh, this kind?
That's right. I recently acquired it from a friend of mine. My bottom dollar is $6,300.
This is supposedly from a cardinal?
It's from the 19th century, and we know that because of the jeweler, a gentleman by the name of Fromont Marie.
Fromont Maurice is a big name in jewelry. If this was manufactured by them, it's worth a lot more money. You know what the center stone is?
It's a garnet, I believe.
It could be a garnet, yeah.
Rick asks for its value, but is unsure if it's authentic.
So how much do you want for it?
For the ring itself, I'd love to get $6,000.
I have to verify that it's actually a Cardinals ring.
An expert arrives to verify its authenticity.
This is how we're going to recognize your office. The Pope presents you with a ring. So one of the things that you want to find is some sign of the church. In the 19th century, any ring coming from the Pope would have most likely the crossed keys of St. Peter's on it. Unfortunately, there is no other symbology of the Pope on this ring. It is probably not a ring of office.
Thanks, man. You're the best.
Alrighty.
It's really disappointing that the Pope's mark is not on this thing.
Rick seeks a second opinion and tests the stones.
Before I make you an offer, I want to go test the stones, look at them underneath a microscope.
This is a Hessonite Groschlerite garnet.
It's a garnet.
Yes, orange garnet. They have different varieties.
All right, it's a garnet. Those are emeralds.
Okay.
$1,500.
I won't do $1,500.
The best I can do is $2,000, period. The other problem with this ring is a big problem on a ring. It's unsizable. $2,000, I'm not going to go a penny more.
You got a deal.
Apparently, you're